gonna count down 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1 twice. That's very rare. And before we get started on this, before we get started on this, rather, I was gonna say a live blooper. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh Lord, let me try it again. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh Jesus, that's a live blooper. One and only a live blooper, y'all. So y'all be sure y'all keep that. Okay. Now we're getting started. All right. So before coming on here, it did the countdown clock of 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1 twice. I was not expecting that at all. And that's very wild. And second of all, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me start all over on that one real quickly. Okay. Now, with the 3, 2, 1 countdown, 3, 2, 1 countdown, I was not expecting that, first of all. So that was pretty wild itself. And number two, normally when I start, I have to wipe down the phone or the computer screen or whatever it is. I didn't have to do that because the picture is clear and day as we're speaking right now. So that's definitely a blessing. But I'm in my Lakers toboggan. I'm feeling good, getting ready to eat, watch some ball games. But before that, I had to come on here and say, this is Poncho Blazing ATM, Reverend Joseph James Holland, the social media and YouTube legend and future first ballot Hall of Famer. And I'm saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, staying saved, living right, doing God's will, and keeping heaven my home. There we go. Now that's how we start off the birthday shout out. That's how we started off right there. It took a couple of times, but I did it. Anyways, I'm very thankful. Happy New Year's to everybody all around the world. You all are great, and you all are incredible. And speaking of that, I've got to shout out 50 years of this man, 50 years of living, 50 years of life, 50 years of being blessed, 50 years of enjoying life. I'm talking about Officer Charles Tinsley. I believe I'm saying that right, and I believe that I'm shouting out the right Charles Tinsley, because there's two different ones. I think there's a father, Charles Tinsley, and then the son, Charles Tinsley. So I'm pretty sure I'm shouting out the son, Charles Tinsley, because he's usually my fan. And thank you for being one of my biggest all-time fans ever. I'm sorry that I've not included you in the fans list, but I will. I will include you in that fans list pretty soon. But Mr. Charles Tinsley, for 50 years, just being a blessing and helping somebody in law enforcement or just helping somebody in life in general. Thank you for always doing great things. And this vehicle, of course, is in the way, so I'm gonna have to wait on that. But while I'm waiting, I'm still gonna shout you out, Charles Tinsley, and say 50 years. Oh, what a joy, what a blessing it is to be alive. For 50 years, you have done great things. You have done wonderful and marvelous things. But check this out, 50 years of living life, 50 years. Of course, this vehicle is messing me up. Of course, this vehicle is messing me up. Oh, Lord. But yo, 50 years of living life, 50 years of being blessed, 50 years of being faithful and being loyal in the world. Mr. Charles Tinsley, Officer Charles Tinsley, EKU, Eastern Kentucky. That's where it's at. EKU, Kentucky. You all around the world. Mr. Charles Tinsley, thank you so much for being great. And as I'm seeing my neighbor, Mr. Lance Short, he walking to his mother's house. And that's why I'm living next to him because we are neighbors. And don't forget about us because we are the greatest in the world. And Mr. Charles, just one more thing. You are Officer Charles Tinsley. Hey, Officer Charles Tinsley. Hey, Officer Charles Tinsley. Hey, Officer Charles Tinsley. Because you are the mighty one. And you, the incredible one. Just like Mr. Incredible Hulk. And just like Superman, Batman. You are a superhero. Mr. Charles Tinsley. I hope you've enjoyed this live blooper. And I hope you've enjoyed this live birthday shout out. You've got it all mixed in one. Hey, 50 years is a long time and a true blessing. Thank you, sir, for living life and just being you. Officer Charles Tinsley, I love the sound of that. Keep blazing and always have God in your life, no matter what. Straight from Poncho Blazing ATM, Reverend Joseph James Holland. You already know, blazing.